So, today we are going to be presenting on the topic inheritance in Java, which is one of the most important concepts in object-oriented programming.
So, inheritance as a core concept of OOP. Inheritance is a mechanism in Java where one class called the child or the subclass acquires the properties and behaviors of another class called the parent class or the superclass. It represents is a relationship. For example, car is a vehicle. So the car class can inherit common features from the vehicle class. In Java, inheritance is implemented using the extends keyword. It is important to the OOP concept. It enables code reusability and avoids duplication. It supports polymorphism, especially through method overriding, and creates logical hierarchy between classes. It improves maintainability because changes in the parent class can automatically reflect in the child classes. Here is an example of the syntax of inheritance.
So, why use inheritance? Because it firstly gives us code reusability. We can write common codes once in parent class and then again reuse it in child class. It improves the readability, which means inheritance creates a clear structure in the code. When classes are arranged in parent and child relationship, the code becomes easier to understand and manage. Thirdly, method overriding. A child class can also modify parent class methods. And last, supports hierarchical classification. Clear parent-child relationship and it helps in real world modeling. For example, a vehicle. A vehicle class can have common features like speed and engine, and classes like car and bike can inherit those features with their own specific features. So basically, inheritance avoids rewriting the same code and makes the program more structured and efficient. Common properties are written once in parent class and reused. Method overriding allows changing behavior in child classes when needed and makes code easier to read and organize by forming a clear structure. Example, uh, example is the vehicle example. Search करो
So,
उनको कॉल ना करें.
the basic syntax of inheritance. Uh, Here we have a parent class with a method called display, and then we have a child class which extends parents. So it means it is inheriting from the class parent. Because of the inheritance, the child class automatically gets access to the display function method from the parent class. This means we do not need to rewrite the same method in the child class. At the same time, the child class can also define its own method, such as the show method. Um, so this example clearly shows how inheritance allows the reuse of parent class methods, addition of child-specific methods, and better code organization. In short, extends is the keyword used to implement inheritance in Java.
Now, types of inheritance in Java. Speaking about the types of inheritance in Java, Java supports different types of inheritances. Single inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance is not supported by Java, but it is a type of inheritance in Java. Single inheritance is when one child inherits from its parent class. Multi-level inheritance is a chain of inheritance, means grandparents, parents, and child. Like as there is a class mentioned A, then the B class extends A, and then C class extends B. Hierarchical inheritance is multiple child class inheriting from one same parent class. Like parent class A is the major class, B extends A, and then C also extends A. And multiple inheritance. Does not supported by Java using classes to avoid ambiguity, but it can be achieved using interfaces. Um, next, next.
Single inheritance. Now let us understand single inheritance. Here we have a class A and a child class B which extends A. Uh, in this example, class A is the parent class and class B is the child class. This means class B can access the methods of class A, such as the method A, and it can also have its own method, which is method B. This is the simplest and the most common form of inheritance in Java. Single inheritance helps us when we want one subclass to reuse the features of one superclass.
Talking about multi-level inheritance. In multi-level inheritance, classes are connected in a chain structure. In this example, class A is the parent, class B inherits from A, and class C inherits from B. So class C can access its own methods from class B and also methods from class A. So this chain creates a chain like grandparents, parents, and child. This type of inheritance is useful when we want to build classes step by step, where each level adds to some new functionality.
Hierarchical inheritance. Let us look at the hierarchical inheritance. Here we have three classes: class A, class B, and class C. Class A is a parent class. Class B and C are the child classes or the subclasses. This means that both class B and C can use the method of class A and reuse it. And it can also, they both can also have their separate methods. Um, a world example can be the shape example. The shape will be the parent class, and the circle and rectangle are the subclasses. Both child classes share common properties from the parent, but each can also have their unique features. This type of inheritance has an advantage, and it is useful when different classes share same common functionality. So, in short, hierarchical inheritance means one parent. Um, एक second वापस ले आ. So, in short, hierarchical inheritance means one parent. Right. In short, hierarchical inheritance means two children or two or more children can inherit from one parent class.
Multiple inheritance. So, discussing about multiple inheritance means one class gets features from one or more parents. In Java, this is not supported with classes because it can create ambiguity. For example, two parent classes have same method. Java would not know which one to use. And this problem is known as ambiguity problem or the diamond problem. In this example, interface A has method A, interface B has method B, and class C implements both the interfaces. Since class C implements both the interfaces, then it must provide implementation of both methods. So Java avoids the confusion by allowing multiple inheritance only through interfaces, not through classes.
So, to conclude, inheritance is a very important concept in Java. It helps in code reusability, better structure, easier maintenance, and real world modeling. It is one of the key pillars of object oriented programming, and it is widely used in Java development. Thank you.
Thank you.